Coach Wheeler, can you suggest us how to communicate, help someone who have depression?
How can I communicate to help someone who's got depression? Who's suffering from depression or who's got depression? Is a tricky, deep one. So, how do you communicate to someone?
And help them.
It's a very tricky thing, depression. I think it's very personal. Like a lot of the subjects we talk about, they're very personal to the individual. But I think with depression, you need to understand what they feel is making them depressed. If you can, depends how well you know them. If it's someone in your family, if it's someone you work with, how friendly you are with them, how close you are to them, a good friend. You might understand something about them. You might know possible reasons why. The best things to do is the way that you ask the questions is very important with depression. You don't want to say to them, this is very important, you don't want to say to them, I know exactly how you feel. Oh, I suffered with something 10 years ago and it was the same for me. They won't want to hear that because they're just like, all they'll hear is blah, 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 blah. That doesn't mean anything to them, because when people are suffering from depression, it's like this dark fog, this uncontrollable feeling that they have that just clouds everything, and they just feel tired. They don't want to go out, they don't want to speak, they just want everything to go away. So depression is a really dark thing. So if you do suspect someone has it, the best thing you can do is just be there for them. Just be there for them as support. Don't try and suggest anything. Don't try and tell them anything. Don't try and say, oh, I know how you feel. Oh, my neighbour had this, or when my dad died 10 years ago, I suffered the same thing. It won't be the same thing. So don't try and make them feel better by justifying your feelings about how they feel. Just be really strong for them. Be really committed to support them, whatever they go through. And just be wise that it will be hard. It will be difficult. It will be really tricky because they will be battling so hard. Then if you find little things that you feel you understand about them, try to understand. And if you're a student of mine, or you've worked with me, or you know me, you'll understand I talk a lot about values, human needs, and principles. Their human needs will be very low. Their values will be all over the place, and they will be making very bad choices. Their choice theory will be very low because they'll be focusing on the pain, the hurt, and the things that are really bringing them down. That's all they can think about. So all you can do is, if you recognize that in someone, instead of jumping in there and trying to be the hero and the savior, oh, I'm going to tell them this and I'm going to save them and I'm going to make them feel better, is just be calm, be gentle, be nice, be a support. Just be there in the darkness with them, and almost think of yourself to say, I can't help you with anything. Say this to yourself, I know I can't help them with anything, but my help is just being by their side. Show them, it's really important, show them that you're just next to them. Hold their hand, put your arm around them, and just sit there in the dark with them. And when they are ready, they might sneak out of their little cave, they might sneak out of the darkness and maybe ask for a little tiny millimeter of help. And then again, when you do get that, be gentle with them. Be really gentle. Be really soft and just understanding. Don't judge them, don't push them, because they're on the edge. And get them to talk to someone. If you can, try and get them to talk to someone a professional like me, someone who can help them with those deep, dark feelings they will be going through. That is my advice on how to communicate and try and help someone with depression. I hope it helps. Peace.